tell me what would happen if your mom like walked into your room and found a condom. No, not to use, like just the package.
Just the package. Inaweza fukuzwa kwetu. Wewe inaweza fukuzwa kwetu. Because my mom first should be speechless, alafu anyamazie, alafu like baadaye nikifanya kitu mbaya, sasa akuwa amezipile up zote zimejaa. Naanza sema unaniongelesha vibaya na nilipata condom kwa room yako. Like ni kitu yenye itakuja.
Ungeosha vyombo na nilipata condom kwa room yako.
Anyways, Rada ni gani today? It's your host Mugomi Marshall, and I have my guest with me.
Brian King, His Majesty gracing you guys with his presence again.
Hello guys, my name is Rose Wendy. Nice to be here.
I find it funny that in like the Western culture, you can actually introduce your guy or your like girl to your house, and she comes for dinner, and you all talk, and your parents are like, by the way, they're dating, and it's made official at home. But at my age, my whole self, I can't go and tell my parents I am cuffed or I'm dating. Do y'all think that's a problem that we've grown up with, or inafai bebuaji? Because that thing is a really big problem in Kenya. Because imagine unaweza pata mtu kwa relationship, they can't tell their parents, and maybe that might be the beginning of the demise. We never know.
Okay, interesting. Does you mind?
No, I don't. I feel like it is sort of, we can blame the African culture for that. The way it's taboo to be talking about sex and relationships with your parents or someone older, aunts, grandparents. I feel like we should have that space. I could go to my mom and be like, Mom, I'm seeing someone. I'd like you to meet them. Just in case something goes wrong, Mom knows where you are. Knows who did it. These are the situations unajipata hadi.
Go on, it's fine.
Unajipata hadi, it's like a situation where girls die having secret abortions because they didn't have someone they could talk to about things like this. So I feel like kutoka a certain age, because of course you can't take a man to your parents' house at 14. So kutoka a certain age unafaa kuwa very open with your parents. Unafaa kuwa na hiyo space.
Yeah,
you laughing? You have something to say?
Yeah, Brian, you have something to say.
Something to say?
I'm sorry. It's just okay. So here's the thing: we need to understand something. Okay, so 3 things. That's how. Number 1, we have to understand that by the way, what we see, I realize that what we see in movies is not necessarily like what is happening in the West. That's how. It's what they would like it to be themselves. It's their own fantasy world in its own self. That's how. Number 2, Africa has the freedom to be different. Like in our cultures, we are allowed to be different. We don't have to synchronize or be the same or do the same stuff they're doing. So, and number 3, I don't get it as well. I mean, what's so wrong with dating when you're young? It's like, hey, it's not like we're not gonna stop liking people. These people think because we are black.
The room just got dark.
Hey, what are you saying? What are you saying?
No, for real though. Okay, according to what you've said, I feel like parents have this fear that, the way it would be like a taboo that ukidate, the only thing that usually like rings in parents' minds. If you go tell them, like, have you seen this challenge on TikTok that Kenya unaambia mzazi wako versus Kenya nasikia? So you'd be like, so mom, I'm seeing someone. It's actually a healthy relationship. They're helping me. But you know what they're hearing? Mom, mimi nataka nipate mimba, nikulete watoto uwale. Sitaki kukaa kwa nyumba yako. I love men. Like, yes. Okay, of course. But, of course, there's this way that parents take things versus what we say. So I feel like it's also an initiative to be free with our parents and to be actually able to tell them whether this is what's happening. Because also sometimes, nisindo tunaogopa wazazi wetu. Si ati.
Rose, does it change when you get older?
It does. It changes when you get older. Because now I can go tell my parents, my mom, not my dad, my mom, kuna mutu, no, African dads, kuna tu this is my house, you shall not bring another man into my house. So there's that. So I can tell my mom, Mommy, there's this guy I'm seeing, I'm going on a date, nenda with him, things like that. It gets better when you're older.
I can't be such a fan dad that there's this guy I'm seeing. Me, I'll be like, I saw some guys in Cuba. But actually, the worst part of this is where like that notion comes from. Like when you think about it, the main reason it's such a taboo to date in Africa is because in the past, dating would like especially like if you have like sex when you're young, it would lower the value of the girl in the traditional African society. That's how dark it is. Like our parents were brought up knowing that, not our parents, more like their parents. They were brought up knowing that, if you date, you're going to be worthless. You're going to be no one will want to marry you, basically. Marriage was such a big thing in the traditional society. So it's so sad. I thought about it and it's just dark, to be honest. And to be valued like by marriage.
You said something that's really triggered me, that they thought that dating has to be all about sex. Well, it's even till today, because you can find a guy and the only thing he'd date you for was just sex. That's all. Hata kama for sometimes some people it's hard to say that word. Hadi mimi naweza sema, why should you date for sex? Sometimes if you do that, there's AIDS, there's chlamydia, there's gonorrhea, there's supergonorrhea, there's syphilis.
Between abstinence and protection, which one is it?
Protection.
What are we championing? Abstinence or protection?
The fact is people are having sex, so protection.
Protection, of course. Okay, well, some people don't take protection seriously, but protection, yes.
Interesting. What about like, now in the context, I'm talking of like, we're talking about by the 13 to and above, because in my context, that's when kids actually now start realizing themselves at the adolescence period, basically. Since you're 13, is it 12 or 13?
For kids,
give or take. 9. Yeah.
Anyways, so like when you think about it, like I think that it's still in our mentality that protection is taboo. We don't speak protection at all. I mean, we're not pro protection. There was a bill that was talking about was it a bill? Was it even in Kenya? I don't really remember. About allowing children to use contraceptives. Yeah. Without their parents' consent. And it was such a controversial thing because, number one, even using, like, tell me what would happen if your mom like walked into your room and found a condom? No, not to use, like just the package.
Just the package. Naweza fukuzwa kwetu. Wewe naweza fukuzwa kwetu. Because my mom first should be speechless, alafu anyamazie, alafu like baadaye nikifanya kitu mbaya, sa akuwa mizipaila up zote zimejaa. Naanza sema, unaniongelesha vibaya na nilipata kondom kwa room yako. Like kitu yenye itakuja.
Ujiosha vyombo na nilipata kondom kwa room yako.
Ujiosha vyombo na nilipata kondom kwa room yako. So like of course itakuja as a surprise when you're like, and then if she wants atataka umwambie hiyo kondom nilikuwa nafanya nini kwa room yako. You can't have been telling me that you are using it as a balloon. What are you saying?
What are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying?
Of course you're having sex. That's what's going to hit her mind immediately, and she'll be like, my kid is disrespecting me. I don't want such things in my house. And that's what leads to kids actually having secret relationships, secret pregnancies, secret abortions. Your children die. You parents watching this, your children die because of such behaviors. Sometimes it takes a parent to sit down and talk to your kid and be like, so I saw a condom in your room. Si mbaya. Niliona trust. Mimi sikumbuki nikikupea pesa hiyo. Ama nilenyo uliniambia ulipoteza ukienda kwa duka, si mbaya. Lakini if you're using this, use it in the right way. And if you're doing this, please tell me the truth. That will literally work. You won't lose your kids over such small things. By the brain, what do you think about that? What would be your parents' like reaction?
It would be mad. Not like me, the thing is, to be honest, like we're not even allowed to like explore what a condom is before we are eating. Do you know that? We are not allowed. Rose, how are you guys? Tebu, have you ever like bought a condom not to use? To just explore, to just rip it up and see what it is. Because I remember, to be honest, and I'll not lie to you guys, the first time I interacted with a condom was when I was, I think, we were playing at some place. I think tumetoroka shule or something. Tumefunga. So we were walking and then we found like a bunch of them zimetupwa kwa barabara. And everyone was just grabbing them. I don't know for what, but we were just grabbing them. So I remember I went with mine home. Nikaenda nikajificha kwa nyuma ya mlango huko. Nikaenda and I opened them up. And my question is, who should teach us about condoms? Rose?
This I feel like it's an everyone kind of thing, because right now, being older, I have younger siblings. Okay, you guys, muko 13, muko 14, muko 15. I know, maybe not now, but soon. These things, it's a curiosity. You can't. it's a curiosity, you can't take it away. Huwezi fambia mtu don't think about it and don't think about it. Kwanza the more namwambia hivyo ndo anataka mbona naambiwa nisifikirie hii story, nataka kufikiria. So it's kila mtu, as long as uko in a position like you're older than someone else, you need to tell them, okay, if you have an unprotected sex, you could get sick, you could get pregnant. It's a lot to eat. Like
You could get murdered.
you could get, I mean, it's a lot to eat. It's everything. So this is, you could do this, use protection because it's the safest way. You could use contraceptives, but they have a health hazard because, you know, like pills, you could get blood clots and die. It doesn't protect from
I'm
HIV.
sorry, what?
Yeah. You see, we don't have enough education about that.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Use
guys, condomize.
we unameza kaa ntugu na unaweza pata blood clot ukufe.
Enjoying today's episode. Stay tuned for episode 2 next Saturday.